G'day, and welcome back. Oh, had to clear my throat straight away. To 1000 Lies, where I've already today used my voice to do some voices, and I think I strained it a little bit. So let's see how some more voices will work. I can't remember, is this the woman talking? I think it's the girl talking, it might be. Well, let's find out.
Despite knowing that, you still took the risk. I don't understand you. Alien, I don't think I ever will.
Good enough.
In the end, it seems the two of us had the same goal. I guess we're more alike than I thought.
This is the right character talking. Right? And she disappeared. No, we aren't alike. This is the protagonist now. My character. Right? Right. My hand clumsily reaches for something to grasp until I can clutch something. While my face twists into a distorted smile, I convince myself that this time, I'll really win and I won't let go. I can prove to you that my love is real. Alright, prove it. I can show you just how strong my resolve is, Eva. Trying to hold in a coughing spasm here. The scissors. He grabbed the scissors. Don't do this, yeah. Is that a sign, see? We can still talk it over.
How do you know?
I felt that.
No.
Taking my own life, I mercilessly, don't know why I had such trouble with that word, pierced through my chest, and I feel nothing. I thought I was empty inside. But my hands are stained with blood. I guess I can't change how I feel after all. Flashing red. Goodbye. Bye-bye. Ziva. Well, bye then. What?
It's over. Mission accomplished. And Leon is dead.
Gay.
Thank you. Thank you all. I hope you had as much fun as I did.
The spectators begin to clap. Due to Ziva's popularity, she receives the most attention. You can only hear them cheer her name. Seeing her play that kind of role is something new and bold, something the audience excitedly welcomes.
Well, job well done. There's no better way to start the day, right, companionary?
Whatever that word is, companero.
Nah, mate.
You're an Aussie. Aussie helps me get up. Then I shake off the ketchup on my clothes. Ew. My shirt is a complete wreck. But what could I do? It was a small price to pay in exchange for some laughs. Just for the lulz. We aren't known as the class clowns for nothing. We eat pranks like this for a breakfast. That's not very good for your diet. You might need to see a dietitian. You might need to look into that. You weren't yourself. You were beating around the bush too much. What the hell was that about? With the wedding and the kids? Believe me, bud, it's not every day that you get a confession from Ziva, even if it was just acting. It's totally normal to start picturing things like a wedding and our 4 future children together. Wasn't it 3? 3 or 4, maybe more. 5 or 6, figures a toss. A lot of things have happened since then, Campanero. Ignoring my friend's reproductive capacity in his dream world, I try to get the class's attention. Dong. The show may be over, but the MC still has something left to say. Please listen, I have something to announce. Be quiet until I'm finished. Yes, they will pay. They'll just pay attention to you. Ladies and gentlemen, and Ozzy. Am I not a gentleman? You're unique. You're one of a kind. Take that as a compliment. Thank you for coming to our little production. Hope all of you enjoyed it. But we mustn't forget to whom we dedicated this practical joke. Someone who also had a small role to play. Is it the substitute teacher? A round of applause for our all very beloved substitute teacher. I guessed it. Predicted it. What do I win? Do I get something? Please tell me I get something. No? Oh, okay. Fine. Please come up to the stage and introduce yourself. We don't even know your name yet. The target of all the shouts and whistles, our victim, stands petrified against the wall, even paler than before. At first she appears frightened, then she frowns until finally she scowls and begins puffing air out of her nose, like an enraged bull. Okay. What other reaction could we expect from our little prank? Right, the 3 of us end up in the principal's office. Now, see here. Funny looking office you have there, Principal. It's now recess at Dujan Institute, is it French? Ozzy and I go for a walk about outside of the school grounds, wandering with no particular destination in mind. Through the streets that serve as the heart of our small town, it has become our routine. It's not even that big in the first place, but we live in a modest European town, that's why it's in French, whose inhabitants thrive off a rich history and modern-day political lies. History of lies? Modern-day of political lies? I've lived here my entire life, and the only positive quality I can think of is the fresh, unpolluted air. For now. In other words, it's really boring here. Cheer up, you have something to do. Although it's still better to die of boredom than to try to deal with those little brats back at the school. Oh hey Ozzy. Damn. I never expected for it to end so badly. I didn't think it was a big deal. Even though we're pranking everyone more often than before, we haven't done anything too terrible. No, just faked your own death, that's all. Well, I guess that's just the risk we took.
We're doing it to a new teacher. Some people take life too seriously.
The comedian standing next to me is Ozzy Eldvine. Should I say V? Pronounce it as a V instead of a W? He is a perverted, narcissistic guy who can't decide whether he loves women or his own reflection more. It doesn't appear as though he can actually see either of them, though. He calls himself a lady killer, and I can confirm that it's true, in a literal sense. From shock and terror, usually. Well, to be honest, I know he has a reputation as a womanizer around the school, but from what I've seen, I'm skeptical. He has stuck to me like a parasite ever since I transferred to this school a few years ago. Since then, just like with our little play, we've wasted our time pulling pranks and being dumbasses together. I'm just faking it, but he really has a natural talent for it. What, you think he was serious? Because of our infamous endeavours, no one can take us seriously. That's why we're known as the class clowns above all else. Okay. In all the years we've been studying here, we've never gone into any major trouble, just sometimes getting lectured or complained at. The fact that Ozzy, although it may seem impossible, has the highest grade in his class probably, has something to do with it. And I'm just a pretty face, I guess. I'm a lucky guy who knows how to escape before the smoke sets off the alarm. He must be quick then. But it seems we've scared the new teacher a little too much. Especially by pretending she might have an immoral relationship with a student. But what else should we have expected from an age that places precedence on political correctness? Real issues are shrugged off while everyone is off living in their own bubbles, dreading that someone may try to pop it.
Stay away. Stay away. Do not pop my bubble. My bubble will never burst.
Basically, right now, they're discussing where they should chop our heads off and which weapon to use, axe or guillotine. I don't regret it though. It really wasn't that bad. They're just too sensitive. Whatever you reckon, mate. Oh, hi, Ozzy. I was just monologuing to myself.
Are you listening to me? Are you doodling again? Every time I get distracted, you always have your nose in that notebook.
It's impressive how long it can take for Ozzy to notice his surroundings. Since we left, I've been writing in the small pocket-sized notebook that I always keep with me. You have good handwriting? And no, I wasn't listening to him. I don't consider it healthy to pay attention to him anyways. Great friends.
I've asked you a couple of times already. Are you gonna show me what you're writing eventually or not? We've been friends for like 6 years. Still, you never let me see it.
I puffed and closed the notebook with my thumb and index finger. It's a question that I should expect by now. Seeing as this fixation of mine usually catches everyone's attention at some point. Does it? Just don't turn it into the Death Note, alright? And we'll be fine. No, it's not weird to write entire entries in a diary or to jot down ideas, neither of which was what I was doing. It's only because I do it so often that it's even noteworthy. Any vaporizers? What am I writing? No. Ozzy, your question is incorrect, seeing as I'm not the one who's writing anything. It's my hand, it moves by itself. Every time I have the premonition of a catastrophe, My fingers themselves scribe a future into this notebook. Whatever you reckon, mate. It's your notebook. Do with it as you wish. I've been keeping it a secret because this power, if put in the wrong hands, could be used for evil. You don't say. What is this mystical power? Catastrophe? Wait a second. Are you shitting me? Catastrophe how? Am I in danger? I don't know. Mate. What catastrophe? My friend's verbosity suddenly accelerates within a second. Meanwhile, I open the notebook and read what I just written, then turn my gaze away and bite my lip. Hey. I don't like that face. What did you just read? I hope it's not something harmful to me. Nah, you'll be right. You'll be right, mate. Oh, he disappeared. At that very moment, I shiver. Is it cold? It was as if lightning had struck me, with no control over my body. I write a short sentence on a new page, and then rip it out as the premonition finishes. Okay, now you're really freaking me out. What did you write? No, seriously, what did you write? I can't tell you. Why? Because I say so. Hand it over. Ozzy snatches the crumpled sheet of paper away from me, finally while trying to keep a composure that he clearly lacks. He reads its contents. The time is quickly approaching. Something worse than death will hunt you down. Get a second take on that? That a bit better. But why is he there now? Huh? Who's talking? Only touch your shoulder. Why did you jump? Oh, it's the girl, I think. Yep, it's her.
My favorite guys. I got good news.
So you jumped. It wasn't because of the book. Make me think it's a magic notebook. But then you go do that. What's the good news? Good news, everyone. What kind of premonition is this, yeah? Don't know how to pronounce your name. Well, I wrote about something worse than death, and then Ziva came along. I think it hit the mark.
What are you talking about? And why do I get the feeling that it isn't good?
Probably because it isn't. Let's not get into the details. Sia was just writing his notebook again, and I wanted to know what it was, since he never tells us. Ziva moves her gaze from Ozzy to me, blinding me with a sparkle shimmering in her eyes, so brightly that it resembles a lighthouse.
Oh, so Andion was compulsively writing his notebook again.
Maybe it's a form of OCD, and not helping it by bringing it up all the time.
Can I see what you wrote too, eh? Can I?
She disappeared. She tries to steal my pocket-sized notebook by jumping on me, but since I'm used to her trying this kind of thing, I managed to evade her in time and hide it away in my back pocket. Hands off, Sigmund Freud.
Hey, stop there. You ain't sure to me that your treatment will never progress.
Your treatment will never progress.
And your treatment will never progress. Andion.
What treatment? Is this an intervention? No? Yes? I thought I heard something. I'm hearing things. Don't be deceived by her charm and appeal. Ziva Shani is one of the most dangerous species in the entire world according to the 9 out of 10 experts. What happened to the 10th expert? While most of my fellow fauna will tell you the opposite since they're all madly in love with her, to me, Ziva is nothing more than a headache. I mean, just take a look at her. It's like she's straight out of an RPG with those clothes. But since she's attractive, everyone just turns a blind eye. Yeah, she does seem to have strange clothing, attire. Choice of clothing. It's strange. Okay. If I had to describe her, I'd say she's a wannabe psychologist with a touch of insidiousness and deceit, who has also been determined to ruin my life since the very first moment we met earlier this year. Her dream is to go to college and focus on the studies of the human mind. And what better practice than experimenting with mine first? Somehow she found out about my habit of scribbling in my notebook, which she described as interesting and hasn't stopped bugging me since. Well, an obsessive habit at that. She decided I'd be her test subject. Not a week goes by where she doesn't try to psychoanalyze me or fish my paper scraps out of the trash and read them. Even worse, sometimes she tries to steal my notebook so she can discover its secrets. At least now she calls me by my surname. Before that, I was just patient to her. And she disappears. The only thing that needs to be treated is your head, Ziva. Well, what were you going to say before you attacked me?
Oh yeah, I almost forgot. I snuck into the teacher's lounge and gave them my biggest, saddest puppy dog eyes, so I could pacify them and blah blah blah. They only gave me the usual speech and sent me away. Aren't I lucky?
Yeah. I think that's your voice. I don't know, my voice is strained already. Well, that should have been expected. It wasn't that bad. I guess I won't be scolded again. This time either. Goody.
Huh? I wasn't talking about you guys, just me.
Oh yay. Then what part of that exactly do you call good news?
I thought you'd be happy for me, Andean. I didn't expect you to react so selfishly.
Come on. They can't be that hard on us. If they let Ziva get away with it, then our fate will probably be the same. We've done worse things day after day, and nothing has ever changed. Ever happened. Right?
Yeah, but this time it was all the master plan of this lady right here, who also insisted on participating in one of our operations with us. And she doesn't even care what happens to her comrades now.
Seriously? That explains why Ziva would participate with us in all of this, but...
It was you two who had me one,
Andean?
so stop complaining. Plus I was just messing with you. I wouldn't really hang you out to dry.
Okay, yay us.
You don't have to worry about anything. The substitute is angry, but the rest of the staff didn't really take it seriously. The only thing you got to do now is apologise to her and shed some crocodile tears. To show how very sorry you are. And you're finished. See how easy it is?
Not my voice. Good thing this will be the last thing I do today. I can't believe you don't trust me. Oh,
I can't believe you don't trust me, Indian.
or Endiane, Endiane. Is that it? Endiane?
Indian, you have such a little face for me.
Little to none, anyways. That was the bare minimum you could have done since you were involved, so stop grumbling.
I did help you though, so I want a favour in return. Can you come with me too?
Where to? Request denied, no favors.
Jeez.
Come on, watch the long faces. Remember how late in the month's finals begin? Less fighting and more having a good time. So we can leave this place with good impressions, okay? Right, mate. By the way, Ziva, what kind of favour did he owe you, if you don't mind me asking? I think this is the first time I've heard of Tia owing anyone a favour without a bet somehow being involved. Hell, not too long ago, he wouldn't do anything unless there was a bet involved.
There is nothing. I just asked my uncle if he knew of a certain package, since he works at the post office. Speaking of which, you never did tell me what that was all about. You told me you'd explain it another time.
I think I'll wrap up this episode soon. But we can hang on a bit longer. I fold my arms in and raise my eyebrow, resigning myself to answer despite my clear lack of interest. It's kind of a bad anecdote, but I guess we have the time anyway. Both Ozzy and Ziva look at me expectantly. Their interest can't be more apparent. I initially resist, but end up yielding to the pressure. Alright, I'll tell you everything, but I'm warning you, it's just a depressing love story.
A love story?
You don't have to tell the entire world, you know, there's some things that we need to keep a bit more private. If you would mind.
I wasn't aware that my young and pure Tiaran had already become a man. It must have been due to the benevolent influence.
I don't know, I had trouble with that word.
Tell me, what kind of person is willing to put up with you and your eccentricity?
Compañero mío. Hey, I always have to put up with you, and I don't complain. Quit joking around.
But you complain every single day.
Could you please stop beating around the bush?
Okay. Straight to the point. I get it. I cleared my throat before starting. And? Let's see, it all started this one night. I was inside my warm and comfortable room.
But your room is a pigsty. I've seen it.
Warm and comfortable, as I said. I was surfing the tortuous streams of the internet when my eyes fell upon a small ad hidden under millions of shitty posts on a shitty forum. That's when I saw her. I'm using Aussie voice. The most beautiful of all muses. The most lovely of all creatures in this calamitous world we're forced to live in. A super rare limited edition figurine cut by God himself. Is that your love interest? Because that's where I'm leaving it. So, for now, that's his love interest. His love interest is a figurine. But, with that, I get to rest my voice because that's all the time I got for this episode. I've actually done a bit longer than I expected I would. These might be 30-minute episodes. If you enjoyed it, be sure to leave a like. If you enjoy what I do, why not subscribe? Well, that said, thanks for watching, have a fantastic day, and watch you next time. Cheerio!